Hey, English learners! Welcome back to English Ears, where we help you learn English in a smart and natural way. Today, we are not just learning a list of new words or memorizing grammar rules. We are going much deeper. We are going to talk about the big mistakes that hold millions of English learners back, sometimes for years. These mistakes can quietly stop your progress even when you feel like you are studying hard every day. If you have ever felt stuck, frustrated, or confused about why your English is not improving as fast as you hoped, this episode is for you. By the end of this lesson, you will understand why so many learners get trapped, how perfectionism can actually hurt your learning, and most importantly, simple steps you can take today to break free and finally start speaking English with confidence. Take a deep breath. Relax. Imagine this. You are learning English every day, but something feels wrong. You keep reading books, watching videos, and doing exercises. Yet when you try to speak, the words don't come out. You freeze. You feel nervous. Does this sound familiar? You are not alone. Millions of learners face this same problem. But don't worry, because we are going to fix it together. Here's the truth. The most successful English learners are not the ones who study the most rules. They are not the ones with perfect grammar. They are the ones who focus on communication, who practice speaking even when they make mistakes, who learn to enjoy the process instead of chasing perfection. Let me share something interesting. Did you know that to truly remember a new word, you need to see or hear it at least 5 to 16 times? Yes, that's right. But most students expect to remember new vocabulary after hearing it just once or twice. This is one of the first big problems. We think we can learn instantly, but our brains need repetition. Just like when we were children learning our first language. Think about babies. When babies start learning their first language, they make mistakes every single day. They say things like I goed instead of I went. They put words in the wrong order. They even invent words that don't exist. But no one gets angry at them. No one says they are bad at learning. Everyone just smiles and encourages them. Why? Because mistakes are part of learning. Mistakes show that you are trying, but something changes when we become adults. Suddenly, we are afraid of mistakes. We think that if we say one wrong word, people will laugh at us or think we are stupid. We start wanting everything to be perfect before we even open our mouths. And this is where the problem begins. This fear of being wrong keeps us silent. We study, we listen, we read but we don't speak. Scientists who study languages have discovered something important. Adults do not fail at languages because they are not smart enough. They fail because they create mental traps. These traps stop progress and make learning harder than it needs to be. Let's talk about the first and biggest trap, the fear of speaking trap. The number one trap that holds learners back is being too afraid to speak. Imagine this. You've been studying English for months or even years. You know a lot of vocabulary. You can read and understand English videos or podcasts, but when it's time to speak, you freeze. You can't find the words. You worry about making mistakes. Your mind becomes blank. What's happening here? It's not that you don't know English. It's that your brain is blocking you because of fear. You are thinking too much. Before you say a single word, you check if the grammar is correct. You worry about your pronunciation. You think about your accent. You imagine all the bad things that could happen if you make a mistake. By the time you finish worrying, the conversation is already over. The chance to speak is gone. This trap is dangerous because it makes you feel like you are learning when in reality, you're just collecting information. You might spend hours studying grammar books, memorizing vocabulary lists, or watching English videos. You understand more and more, but if you don't practice speaking, your skills stay locked inside your head. You can understand English, but you can't use it when you need to. So, how do we fix this? It starts with changing the way you see mistakes. Instead of seeing them as failures, think of them as information. Every mistake tells you something important. It shows you what you need to work on. It shows you where to focus. Even native speakers make mistakes every day. They forget words. They use the wrong grammar. They restart their sentences. The difference is they don't let mistakes stop them. A simple speaking exercise. Here's a powerful method to break this trap. Set a daily speaking goal. It can be small, but it must focus on communication, not perfection. For example, record yourself speaking about your day for just 2 minutes. Don't worry about grammar. Don't try to sound perfect. Just talk. Or write a short comment in English on a social media post. Or talk to yourself while cooking dinner. I am cutting the vegetables. Now I am putting them in the pan. It may sound funny, but it works. Start with easy topics. Talk about your morning routine. What time did you wake up today? What did you eat for breakfast? Describe what you see outside your window. Tell a short story about your weekend. The goal is not to sound like a native speaker. The goal is to keep speaking. The more you practice speaking, the more natural it will feel. Speaking is a muscle. You must train it. You would never expect to play piano perfectly after only reading about music. You need to sit at the piano and press the keys. It's the same with English. You must use your voice and your mouth. Here's a challenge for you. After this episode, spend 3 minutes speaking out loud in English about any topic you like. It doesn't matter if nobody is listening. Just do it. Repeat this every day, and you will see progress faster than ever. Now that we have tackled the fear of speaking, we need to look at the second big trap that stops learners from moving forward, the grammar study trap. This is another huge mistake, and it might surprise you. Let's continue with the second big trap, the grammar study trap. Many English learners believe that the key to fluency is knowing every grammar rule. They think that if they just memorize enough rules, they will magically start speaking perfectly, so they spend months, even years, studying grammar books, learning long lists of rules, and trying to remember every exception. But here's the problem. When you focus too much on grammar, your mind becomes stuck in analysis mode. You start thinking like a machine instead of a human. Imagine this scenario. You want to say, "I went to the store," but before you speak, your brain stops to ask, "Should I use go or went? Do I need to add an article? Is the word order correct?" While you're thinking, the conversation moves on. You lose the moment. Research shows that the best speakers are not grammar experts. In fact, many native speakers cannot explain their own grammar rules. They just know what sounds right, because they have heard it so many times. They use patterns naturally, without stopping to analyze every detail. So, how can you learn grammar in a way that helps you speak fluently? The answer is to learn it in real situations. Learn grammar by listening and noticing. Think about how children learn their first language. They don't sit down with grammar books. They don't learn words like present perfect tense or passive voice. Instead, they listen. They hear the same phrases over and over. They copy what they hear. Over time, they develop a natural feeling for what sounds correct. You can do the same. When you watch movies or listen to conversations, pay attention to how native speakers use sentences. Notice patterns. For example, listen to how often people say, "I'm going to," or "Do you want to?" Repeat those phrases. Use them in your own speaking. You don't need to know the grammar rule behind them. You just need to know that they work. Focus on useful grammar first. Most daily conversations use simple grammar. Basic tenses, simple questions, common expressions. You don't need to study every rule of English to start speaking. Focus on the grammar you use every day. Talking about the present. "I like coffee. She works here." Talking about the past. "I went to the park. We watched a movie." Asking simple questions. "What time is it? Where are you from?" Once you feel comfortable with these patterns, you can slowly add more complex grammar, but you don't need to wait until you're perfect to start speaking. Active practice instead of memorization. When you learn a new tense or structure, don't just read about it. Use it. Say it out loud. Write short stories with it. Make up questions and answer them. For example, if you just learned the past tense, say, "Yesterday, I cooked dinner. Last night, I watched TV. This morning, I woke up early." Repeat these sentences. Practice them until they feel natural. Remember, you don't need to sound perfect. Even native speakers break grammar rules in casual conversations. They say things like, "Me and my friend went to the mall," which is not technically correct, but it's normal. The most important thing is that people understand you. A quick practice with me. Let's do a simple exercise. Repeat after me. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to meet my friend. I'm going to watch a movie. Say each sentence 3 times. Feel the rhythm. Don't think about grammar. Just copy the pattern. Now, try changing one word. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to call my friend. I'm going to read a book. Good. See how easy it is? You're learning grammar naturally by using it, not by memorizing rules. The third trap, the comparison game. Now, let's talk about the third mistake, comparing yourself to other learners. This is a very common problem. You see someone on YouTube or Instagram speaking English fluently, and you think, wow, they are so good. I'll never be like that. You feel bad about yourself. You lose confidence. But what you don't see is all the hard work that person did behind the scenes. You see the final result, not the journey. Everyone learns at a different speed. Some people have more time. Some have better resources. Some started learning when they were children. But none of this means they are smarter than you. It just means they have a different path. Your progress is your own. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to your past self. Think about where you were 3 months ago. Maybe you couldn't understand English movies. Maybe you couldn't introduce yourself confidently. But now you can. That's real progress. Keep a small notebook or journal. Every time you learn a new phrase, write it down. Every time you have a short English conversation, note it. When you feel discouraged, open your journal and see how far you've come. Celebrate small wins. Fluency doesn't come all at once. It's built step by step. Celebrate when you understand a song lyric for the first time. Celebrate when you can order food in English. Celebrate when you say a full sentence without stopping. These moments matter. They show you are moving forward. A mindset exercise. Let's try this together. Repeat after me. I am learning every day. I am better than I was yesterday. I will not compare myself to others. I am on my own journey. Say these sentences out loud. Believe them. This positive mindset will push you forward. Coming up next, we have talked about the fear of speaking, the grammar trap, and the danger of comparison. In the next part, we will look at the fourth trap, passive learning, and how to turn it into active, powerful practice that leads to real fluency. Let's dive into the fourth major trap that slows down English learners, the passive learning trap. Passive learning happens when you spend most of your time just consuming English, reading books, watching videos, listening to podcasts without actually using the language. You might feel like you're learning, but when it's time to speak, your mind freezes. You can understand English, but you can't produce it. This is like watching cooking shows every day, but never stepping into the kitchen. You might know the recipes by heart, but you won't be able to cook a real meal. English works the same way. You need both input and output. Listening and reading are input. Speaking and writing are output. Real fluency comes when you combine them. Why passive learning feels safe. Many students prefer passive learning because it feels comfortable. You can watch English videos or listen to podcasts while relaxing. You don't have to take risks. You don't have to face mistakes. But this safety slows you down. Think of a child learning to walk. If the child only watched other people walk but never tried, they would never learn. They have to fall, stand up, and try again. The same is true for language. You need to practice actively, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Turn passive into active. Here's the secret. You can transform passive activities into active practice. For example, if you watch an English video, don't just sit and listen. Pause the video. Repeat after the speaker. Copy their tone and rhythm. Say the same sentences 3 or 4 times. This is called shadowing. It helps you build pronunciation, speed, and confidence. Another method is the echo technique. When you hear a new phrase, repeat it immediately in your own words. For example, if the video says, "I'm going to the market," you say, "I'm going to the market," or change it slightly to, "I'm going to the park." The summary method. After reading an article or watching a video, try to summarize it out loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. Use simple words. For example, this video is about learning English. It teaches us how to avoid mistakes. The main idea is to practice more. This practice forces your brain to organize English sentences and speak without overthinking. Active habits to try today. Here are simple habits you can start now. Talk to yourself. Describe your day in English. For example, I woke up at 7 or I had coffee. I went to work. Write a daily journal. Just 3 to 5 sentences about what you did or how you feel. Repeat short dialogues. Pick a scene from a movie and copy it line by line. Record yourself. Talk about a topic for 1 or 2 minutes. Listen to the recording and notice where you can improve. These small actions make a big difference. Remember, understanding English is not the same as speaking English. You need both. Mini practice with me. Let's do a short active practice now. Repeat after me, slowly and clearly. I am learning English. I want to speak fluently. I practice every day. Say each sentence 3 times. Don't just repeat. Feel the rhythm. Imagine you are speaking to a real person. Now, answer a simple question with me. What did you do today? Answer. I studied English. Say it with me. I studied English. Again. I studied English. One more time. I studied English. Phrase of the day. Our special phrase today is, practice makes progress, not perfection. This phrase is powerful. It means you don't have to be perfect. Every time you practice, you improve a little. That's what really matters. Repeat after me. Practice makes progress, not perfection. Say it again, one more time. Let this phrase remind you to keep going, even when you make mistakes. Quick reflection. Think about your own study habits. Are you spending all your time watching English videos without speaking? Are you reading articles but never writing? If yes, promise yourself to add just 5 minutes of active practice today. Speak out loud. Write something. Make English active. What we've learned so far. We've now talked about 4 big traps. Fear of speaking, studying grammar too much, comparing yourself to others, passive learning. Avoiding these traps will transform how you learn English. Instead of feeling stuck, you'll feel free to speak, make mistakes, and grow. Now that you know the biggest traps in English learning, let's focus on how to create simple, powerful routines that will help you speak confidently every single day, no matter how busy you are. You can find 10 to 15 minutes to practice English. These minutes, if used correctly, can change your progress completely. Why routines work. Learning English is like building muscle. If you go to the gym once a month, nothing happens. But if you do 10 minutes of exercise every day, you get stronger. Your English is the same. Small, daily habits build fluency faster than hours of random study. The secret is consistency, not perfection. You don't need to study for 2 hours every day. You just need a short, clear plan, and you need to follow it. The 10-minute English plan. Here's a simple routine you can start today. It only takes 10 minutes. Minute 1. Warm up. Say easy sentences out loud. For example, good morning. How are you? I feel great today. This warms up your voice and brain. Minutes 2 to 5. Listen and repeat. Play a short English video or audio. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat it exactly. Copying the sound and tone. This is shadowing. Do this for 3 minutes. Minutes 6 to 8. Speak freely. Talk about your day for 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be perfect. For example, today I woke up early. I had tea. I went to work. I met my friend. Keep going until the time is up. Minutes 9 to 10. Review a phrase. Pick one useful phrase for the day. Say it 3 times. Use it in your own sentence. For example, phrase, I'll give it a try. Sentence, I don't know if I can cook this dish, but I'll give it a try. Mini dialogue practice. Let's do a quick conversation together. Repeat after me. Hi, how's it going? You? Hi, I'm good. How about you? I'm fine. Thanks. What are you doing today? You? I'm studying English. That's great. Keep going. Yes, I will. Practice this simple dialogue 3 times. Try to say it without looking. These short exchanges are the building blocks of real conversation. Celebrate small wins. A big mistake learners make is ignoring their progress. Every small improvement is success. Did you speak for 2 minutes today? That's a win. Did you learn a new phrase? Another win. Write these wins down in a notebook. This will keep you motivated. Stop chasing perfection. Remember our phrase of the day from earlier. Practice makes progress. not perfection. Say it again with me. Practice makes progress, not perfection. The more you repeat this, the more you'll let go of fear and focus on real improvement. Real life story. Let me tell you about a student named Anna. She was shy and scared to speak English. She only studied grammar and vocabulary lists. For 2 years, she didn't improve. Then she started a 10-minute daily speaking routine. Every day, she talked about her morning for 2 minutes. After 3 months, she could hold conversations with confidence, not because she learned more grammar, but because she practiced using English. You can do the same. Start with easy sentences. Speak every day. Don't wait for the perfect time or perfect level. Start now. Your challenge. Here's a challenge for you. After this video, take 5 minutes to record yourself speaking English. Talk about your day or your plans for tomorrow. Don't stop. Don't translate. Just speak. Listen to the recording. Tomorrow, do the same thing. After 1 week, you will hear a clear difference. Review of key lessons. In this series, you learned mistakes are not bad. They are steps to success. Too much grammar study can slow you down. Comparing yourself to others steals your motivation. Passive learning alone doesn't make you fluent. You need active speaking. Daily routines are the key to real progress. Your next step. Take one idea from today and use it. Don't just listen, act. Choose one phrase, one practice routine, and start. Remember, every time you speak, you build confidence. Every time you practice, your English grows. Final words. You are not just learning English. You are building a skill that will change your life. Opportunities, jobs, friendships, all of these grow when you can speak confidently. Believe in yourself. You have the ability. You just need consistent, active practice. Thank you for learning with me here on English Ears. If this video helped you, share it with a friend who also wants to improve their English. Subscribe for more lessons that are simple, clear, and effective. Keep speaking. Keep practicing. Keep moving forward. Your English fluency is closer than you think. Until next time, take care and remember, practice makes progress, not perfection.